Hi everyone! Today I thought I'd share 3 burger recipes with you. These 3 burger patties that I'm about to show you are our go-to burger patties that we make quite often, and they all have a slightly different base and a different flavor profile, so I hope there will be something for everyone in this video. As usual, I will leave a link in the description box to all the full recipes. And yeah, let's make some burgers! The first burger is an old favorite, and it's a peanut butter and kidney bean patty burger. So what you'll do for all the burgers is to preheat your oven to 180 degrees fan assisted. And then I'm starting by mixing some flaxseed with some soy sauce and some water. And I'm using milled flaxseed to make a flaxseed egg. So I just mix this together and then I set it aside to gel for about 15 minutes. Here I'm taking away some mushroom, onion and garlic to saute. So I start by adding some oil to a pan and then I saute the onion, then I crush the garlic into there and add the mushrooms. I would normally use shiitake mushrooms for this, but I only had chestnuts, so that's what I've used. And when that's sauteed, I place some kidney beans in a mixing bowl, and then with my hand I start to mash them. So I mash them roughly and leave some pieces intact. Then I'm adding some crunchy peanut butter to the mix, as well as the sauteed onion and garlic and mushrooms. And then, as you can see now, the flax egg has gelled together, so I'm pouring that in as well. Then I'm also adding some smoked paprika, which adds a nice smoky flavor, as well as some oats that I've ground into a coarse flour in my blender. And then I just mix everything together really well. And then I line a baking tray and make 4 patties from this mixture. And as always, you'll find a link in the description for all the full recipes and measurements. So I just make the patties and put them on the sheet, and then I pop them in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, flipping them halfway through. And then to assemble the burgers, I toast a burger bun and I spread some vegan mayonnaise on top. Then I add some green leaves. You could use lettuce if you like. Then for this burger, I also add some alfalfa sprouts onto there. And then I place the burger patty on top of the sprouts. After that, I use some sweet chili sauce as a dressing. And I like to add some of these cucumber ribbons. It makes a really nice texture and crunch and freshness. And then, of course, I have to add some pickled red onion rings. You'll find a recipe for that on my channel. I can leave a link below in the description box. And that's it for the first burger. Next up is a sweet potato, quinoa and black bean burger patty, which has a Mexican-inspired flavor. And for this I start by adding some cooked quinoa along with some cooked black beans and raw red onions to a bowl. I then have a sweet potato that I've baked in the oven with the skins on, just to make it soft inside and cooked. And then I measure out ½ a cup of the cooked sweet potato to add to the mixture. On top of that, I'm adding some crushed walnuts that I've just crushed roughly in my pestle and mortar. And I'm also adding some nutritional yeast and again some coarse oat flour that I've blended myself. Then I go in for the spices, and this is cumin, smoked paprika, oregano, garlic powder, chili powder, and some salt. You could also add some black pepper. Then again, I'm mixing it all with my hands. I think it's easiest, and I get a good feeling for the texture. And then I have my lined baking tray again, and I start forming patties. And from this mixture, I make about 6 patties. And as I mentioned, for the last burger, I just keep the oven on 180 degrees Celsius fan assisted. And these patties bake in the oven for a little bit longer, somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes. And again, I flip them halfway through. Then to assemble, I've toasted a burger bun again, and I'm spreading some vegan mayo on the bottom. On top of that, I add some lettuce leaves. And as a dressing, I'm using a chunky salsa. You could use mild or spicy or any other flavor salsa you like. Then on top of that, I'm adding the burger patty, and I've made some guacamole to top this with, again as another sort of dressing kind of thing. And then on top of that, I'm adding some fresh tomato and some red onion rings. Then I just pop the lid on, and that burger is also complete. For the third burger, I'm making a Herby rice and lentil burger. This is great if you have leftover rice and lentils from another recipe. So I'm just adding the cooked lentils and brown rice to a bowl. And on top of that, I'm adding some chopped raw onion as well as some coarsely ground oats again. And then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of mixed dried herbs and some garlic, which I just crush into the bowl. To give it a good flavor, I'm adding some soy sauce and some liquid smoke. I'm also adding some balsamic vinegar, which gives it a really nice round flavor. Then I go ahead and mix it all with my hands again. You'll want to make sure that your rice and lentils are really well cooked so that they break up and make a nice gooey mixture. And I'm making my patties again. This time I could only make 5, but usually this mixture makes 6. And then I bake them in the oven at the same heat and flip them halfway through, and the full time is 20 minutes. Then I have my toasted bun again, which I spread some mayo on top of. I then add some lettuce leaves along with some fresh tomato and the patty itself. Then as a dressing for this burger, I'm using this sun-dried tomato pesto, which is really delicious along with the herbs in that patty. And then again, I have some raw red onion rings and some pickles. And then I pop the lid on, and that's the third burger. I really hope you will try one or all 3 of these burgers. We really love them. And I'll say thank you for watching. And as I said previously, you'll find a link in the description for the full